Hi, my name's Rebel Brown, and I am from Templeton, California, which is the central coast of California. I had been sick my whole life. I started out as a kid with a lot of respiratory infections, and then mono, and then I just was always sick, and we thought it was because I had a lot of antibiotics as a child and it hurt my immune system. And as I got older, I got sick more often. I got more sick. I started to have bouts where I would literally have to go to sleep, and I would sleep and nobody could wake me up for 4 to 5 hours. It got to the point that I was so exhausted that literally I would get out of bed to go to work, and I'm a consultant, so I work at home, and I'd be out of bed for 4 hours, and the whole time all I could think about was when I could go back to bed because I hurt so bad and I was so exhausted. And nobody could figure it out. I went to numerous different doctors, and then I lost the feeling in my hands and my legs, and I'd start to have days when I had nothing. And so I went to the Mayo Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic did all kinds of diagnostics, and at the end of the diagnostics they told me that I had advanced MS and I'd be dead in 2 to 3 years, and that I might as well just accept the fact and that I was going to have the quality of life of someone with congestive heart failure and accept it. Because there was nobody in the US medical system who could help me. They told me I was mental, and yet I'm sick. And there was nowhere to turn, there was no answer, and I was literally losing my life. I'm an active person, I'm an athlete, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I couldn't do anything. And so there was no hope, and I literally was to the point that I was thinking, is this all there is? Because if this is all there is, do I want to continue this? So I'm trying to find an answer, and I have always done a lot of alternative medicine in my life. And then my horse trainer had come to Dr. Calzada, and he came home and said to me, these people look like you when they walk in on Monday, and when they walk out on Friday, they're alive again. You gotta go see these people. So I called and I talked to the folks at Dr. Calzada, and I made an appointment, and I came down. And I can tell you, from the moment I walked into the clinic, it was loving, it was supportive, it was professional, and the experience has been beyond my wildest imagination when it comes to healthcare, because it's the way healthcare should be. It's about love and healing, and that's what healthcare is supposed to be, and that's what you get here. So I went in to see Dr. Calzada's son, Antonio, Dr. Tony, and they drew my blood and did the dark scan. And Dr. Calzada came in and looked at it and was like, lots of Lyme disease. Now, I had a Lyme test in the US for I think I paid $3,000, and it was negative. And yet here was all this Lyme. And Dr. Calzada proceeded to ask me questions such as, sick all the time as a kid with a lot of respiratory infections? Yes. You had mono? Yes. It went to hepatitis C? Yes. And he proceeded to ask me the questions that were the progression of my disease. And he looked at me and said, were you raised on a ranch? And I said, yes. And he said, ticks? And I said, yes. And he said, you've had Lyme your whole life and nobody knew it. So I started the protocol. And at the end of the first week, I drove home, and I felt more alive than I'd felt in probably 20 years. And it was unbelievable. I didn't realize how sick I was because I just pushed through. And when I felt better, I suddenly knew how it felt to be human and alive again. And now I feel like I did. I'm 65 years old, and I feel like I did when I was 40. And I just had a hip replacement, and I recovered faster than the surgeon's ever seen anybody recover, and it is because of Dr. Calzada's treatments. I am healed and I have a great life, and I will tell anybody, he saved my life, he saved my sanity, and this clinic is absolutely astounding in what it does and the gift it gives to us who the US has given up on. I'm a consultant in high tech and biotech, and I have been for 30 years, and I think one of the things that was so special for me about Bioadvanced Medical Center is that the technology here is leading edge. It's something beyond what I've seen in the US. It's the best of alternative medicine meets modern technology for the delivery systems and for the design and development of those healing technologies. It's the perfect blend of technology and tender loving care and alternative therapies here. So thank you, Dr. Calzada. Thank you, Bioadvanced Medical Center, because you people, not only did the wonderful, amazing, loving people here save my life and give me my life back, they also did it with more love and caring than I have ever experienced anywhere in my life. I come down here now and I tell people I'm coming to see my family, because that's what it's like. I walk in here and it's love. I've known people for years that are here, and it is the most caring, amazing environment. And thank you for creating that, Dr. Calzada and team, because it's all about who you are as people, who you are as medical people, and who you are as technologists, but it's the blend of the love and care that really makes it special.